Please sit back, relax, and enjoy this audio presentation on biblical wisdom, titled, Under God's Shield His Protection Never Fails. Be sure to listen until the end. And if you believe that God is always guiding you, we invite you to subscribe, hit the like button, and comment Amen. Life is filled with uncertainties, but one thing remains constant: God's unwavering protection. The Bible assures us time and time again that He is our refuge, our shield, and our stronghold in times of trouble. When we trust in Him, we can walk through life without fear, knowing that His divine hand is always upon us. Psalm 91 verse 4 declares, "He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart." This powerful imagery reminds us that just as a mother bird protects her young, God surrounds us with His love and safety. No matter what challenges arise, He is watching over us, ensuring that no harm overtakes us. When we rely on His protection, we gain peace in knowing that nothing can touch us unless He allows it for a greater purpose. Trusting in God's protection means, many times, fear tries to take control of our hearts. The world is full of dangers, sickness, uncertainty, and spiritual battles, but God calls us to trust in Him completely. Proverbs 18 verse 10 tells us, "The name of the Lord is a fortified tower. The righteous run to it and are safe." This verse encourages us to turn to God as our first defense rather than relying on our own strength. When we seek refuge in Him, we are shielded from harm and strengthened for whatever lies ahead. A perfect example of God's divine protection can be found in the story of Daniel in the lion's den, Daniel 6. Despite being thrown into a den full of hungry lions, Daniel remained unharmed because he put his trust in God. The Lord sent an angel to shut the mouths of the lions, proving that His protection never fails. Like Daniel, we must remain steadfast in our faith, knowing that when we stand firm in God, no enemy can defeat us. To live under God's shield is to experience God's protection daily. We must take certain spiritual actions. First, we must dwell in His presence. Psalm 91 verse 1 says, "Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty." This means spending time in prayer, reading the Word, and seeking a close relationship with God. When we stay near to Him, we remain under His covering. Second, we must walk in obedience. Deuteronomy 28 verse 2 reminds us that all these blessings will come on you and accompany you if you obey the Lord your God. God's protection is closely tied to obedience. When we follow His commands and live righteously, we align ourselves with His blessings and security. Sin can open doors for the enemy, but living in obedience keeps us safe under God's shield. Third, we must declare God's promises over our lives. Speaking His word strengthens our faith and reminds us of His unfailing protection. Isaiah 54:17 boldly proclaims, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." When we believe and declare this truth, we walk in confidence, knowing that God fights our battles. No matter what storms we face, God is our protector. The enemy may try to bring fear, but we must counter it with faith. Jesus reassures us in John 16 verse 33, "In this world, you will have trouble. But take heart, I have overcome the world." Our security is not in worldly things, but in the unshakable power of God. If you ever feel overwhelmed, remember that you are under God's shield. His protection never fails, His promises are true, and His love surrounds you. Trust in Him, walk in faith, and know that nothing can harm you when you remain in His care. Continue to walk with God today. Thanks for listening.